Hi ladies and gentlemen, how have you been? It's been a little bit of time for me. I'm so happy to have a video where we can just chill. We can just relax. Hopefully your day's been nothing but lovely. Also, I got boots. I'm trying to break them in. Yeah, just a lot about me, I know. I can't barely read. Genshin players be like, meta this, meta that. Have you ever met a girl? I mean, is it such a Giga Chad thing? I don't know what it is, but there is like a super huge disconnect, at least in my opinion, in my humble opinion, of like muscles and gym bros being attractive to the opposite sex. Okay? Not to say that you can't look good. I just think that is like something else. Like you need to have a proclivity for some, in some cases, mental disorder, but anyway, don't you do this to Wally. Wally, what's happened? Why? I don't understand. I'm confused, but I like what's happened. I love Wally. It's probably my favorite out of all the like Monsters Inc., Toy Story. Wally, peak, massive, and he just has no communication skills, so we can't tell what she's like. No, because Ava doesn't speak in the movie besides saying Wally, although that she does. That's also the beauty of the film. No words are really like given back and forth. It's just like a lot of like, come on, hey. Come on. Just various different stages of a word. Oh god, Fluff is uploading some Spy X Family. Have you been watching the Spy X Family, Fluff? Have you finally broke? Fluff trickles anime through his sphere of influence. I'm making breakfast tomorrow. How do you like your eggs? Says dude. Fertilize. That is awesome. It's fucking clean. Anyways, bang. And of course, he can't handle him, but that is clean. Also, does he get a haircut? Because this isn't the guy at the beginning. So this must be him coming into town, he gets a haircut, looks spiffy, then it's like a spy. Gah. Oh, also, did I mention that I already filmed one of these like 2 weeks ago and it just died? Like nothing got recorded? Cool. Yeah, entirely corrupted. It's been a while since that's happened, and I'm just like, ugh, not like this. I hate those old days. Oh, brings back nightmare memories of, beginner YouTube, where like every file you made got corrupted, and you were like, what am I doing wrong? In Swedish, the word gråteranak means to cry while masturbating. The fact that they actually have a word for that is real tear jerker. Okay. All right. A real tear. Stop it. I hear cats are good for comfort when you're feeling down. I couldn't catch the cat, but I hope this helps. Okay. Part of me is like, right. Like, how about you get away from me, random stranger? What is happening, No context here. Also, yeah, right. Sorry, the thing that threw me off there when I was reading it was cats. Cats are good for comfort. What? Are you okay? Who's lying to you? Because I call bullshit. Attack on Titan. Off-brand Attack on Titan. I'm not sure if I get the latter. What is the point? Just a mound of flesh? Like, what is happening? You can't feel anything, bud. You can't. What is, like, yeah, that's a subsect I've seen throughout my years on the internet that seems weird. It's like a big, gigantic, like, vor, I think is what it's called also, where people eat you. And I'm just like, what is happening? Like, there's a lot of stuff where I can deduce, like, trials of trauma, something. But this is like, something has genuinely been knocked out of alignment. Not to say that it's horrific. I mean, if you're getting your rocks off by this, fucking giant skyscraper woman, who cares? But to me, I can't gain the mental understanding of where this comes from and how it's gotten to this point, Also, I already know we can't even see who's uploaded this thread. It's Lone Syndicate. It's Lone Syndicate's uploaded this. I know it and I appreciate it. Again, Thumbnail real estate, always. Which one do you prefer, Domino's or Subway? Domino's is kind of always the same. It's fine to me, it's okay. I know some people love Domino's. I think it's good. It's good. I'll say it's good. Subway is on such a hellish spectrum where it's either delicious and it's like the most crispy, delicious thing ever, the mustard in the middle and the ooh and the ah, or it's disgusting and it's like the roast beef or something is just disgustingly fatty, or like the shit is like, maybe it's not the best idea to have our produce sitting in the open air with like a clear breeze of like, oh, people open the door and a bunch of dust fucking flies in and lands on the fucking food. It just gets disgusting really fast. Freezer that shit or something. Or also, could you please source beef or like fucking meat that doesn't have like wire fat tentacle things like screeching through it, to where when you're eating when I'm eating my roast beef sandwich, I'll eat it and then I'll get like a wiry gross part and that just fucking ruins it for me. I'm not even that picky. I'm kind of picky, but God, I don't think there is a single fast food chain that is as inconsistent as Subway. Do you guys disagree or do you not? And if you do disagree, don't fucking bitch out on me. Give me what I want. Give me what is the chain that is as inconsistent? Okay. Also, I would say for me, this is like this template outside of Domino's and Subway. This template works with every single fast food chain being like kind of like this tiny little, and then there being Wendy's. Wendy's is the bad bitch. Okay, Wendy's to me is the most consistent. Is the most consistent and the most fresh I've ever had food. And also I don't feel shitty after eating it, which is insane. I don't know what they're doing, what kind of hormones are pumping into them animals, then making me feel like I'm not actually dying after it. Maybe it's like just fucking steroids. Steroids, and I'm getting some of that and like, oof. I don't feel like death after eating this, like McDonald's or something, Me, when I see my crush wearing something cute and I suddenly take a picture, my body's moving on its own. That's hella not advised. That is like, stop. like, hey, no. This is not the play, my guy. I have never had the urge to take a picture of anybody. I don't know, that's probably fucked up on my part. But my part is just like, why would I want an image of something that I will not be having in the future? You know what I mean? Like if I look back at my younger self, I already have the feeling of like, oh, my hairline was better. I would look decent a little bit. I don't want, like, to me it's just time steals joy, and the more I can forget about what I once had, the better I'll think I'll be. You are confident about your answer. The teacher says you used the wrong formula. The teacher is solving the problem using the right formula. It's still the same answer as yeah, but you don't get the marks though, dog, because people just think you've magicked, or you could have cheated. You could have just done a formula and then just put in the right answer through a calculator, and they're like, what? What? Now, if you say some shit like, I did it in my head, then they're like, okay, do it in your head again right in front of me, and then if you were able to prove it, then sure. But instead, and of course, the stress is going to eat you up a lot. I understand what people will be saying. I just don't know if you're going to have a leg up on the teacher. It's just going to be like, yeah, you did it in your head? Then that's not helpful to me because I can't confirm, the information. I receive a hug. You receive broken bones. Also, is this her hugging? Her thumbs go in like daggers or something? Okay. So do they express? Because I've seen like, what do you call it? Like thumbnails and shit where she is like fucking yoked. And I think it's just that like the community has tried to like come up with why she is so goddamn impossibly strong, and they've literally given her like the most vascular back you've ever seen. But it also somewhat looked artistically. It didn't look like grotesque. It was actually a testament to the good art. But anyway, is she like a genetic experiment? Because she's doing shit that's just like, what's happening? I know there's like telekinesis in this show, so I wouldn't put it past them and them having some sort of like serum that makes people juiced. But yeah. Or did she literally train? Like, did shows her like fucking deadlifting some crazy ass shit? Or like picking up 2 giant sandbags, putting it over her shoulder and like hiking up a hill like an animal. Is that what we're seeing there? Or is she just like, magic, I was trained? It's like, what the fuck does that mean? What person? What type of music do you like? Weebs. I have no idea what's popular, but I know all the words to an anime song. Yeah, that adds up. That makes sense. Do you? I don't know. This is where I get weirded out. One of you had a good response to this thing, saying you have a channel that like decodes anime like intro lyrics because it's all in Japanese and most people can't speak Japanese or Chinese, whatever that. Yeah, so people be lying. You like the tonal things of music, but you have no idea what's happening in the song. You're saying like Oni-chan or some shit. And you're like, yes, it's like horrible. It's some sort of horrible context. A random string of numbers. Who knows what they could do? Oni-chan, what do these numbers mean? Who knows? Weird. Maybe some sort of coding language. Yeah. Getting drunk for lewd. What's happening? Getting drunk for tiny kid? Oh, I get it. Okay, so when she's drunk and why is she getting drunk for is it for her or is it for I don't know the names. I think Anya is the tiny kid. I don't know. I think that's, yeah, so she's getting drunk for the child and then getting drunk for what? What? So the kid's like, mom gets evil as shit. That's terrible. That's not good. I'm misunderstanding this, I'm sure, but that's not good. Anime studios. Fine. Behold how happy we look as a couple in the picture. Anime studios. Unpaid, overworked animators. Yeah. It's such a good time. We have such a good relationship. You know, it's so good. You know, we basically money gouge our consumers. And you, I'm talking about gaming companies, not so much. I don't know too much about anime companies, but I do know there's like a fine balance, and I think it's like a shitty equilibrium where you need like creative people, aka creators, and like a publisher to hold the creators accountable, or else you'll just have like Star Citizen essentially, which is just like an endlessly updating game with like it never fucking chills the fuck out and says we need to finish and do something that is in a box. We can't just keep going and adding to it because it's insane. And then there's there's a tyrannical bullshittery that usually always seems to happen with money. I think it's because it's an easy road to like dip your toe into. So if the publisher starts to like offers you a proposition of saying like, well, hey, if this game does really well, then we can fund so many other games, and we can increase our team. We can pay for some more employees. You know, so many people were like you without a job, creator. So if we do these like monetary things, we won't do crazy much, or we'll just do it in this game. We'll just do it in this game, and that's it. And then that game makes a bunch of money, and they're like, okay, well, we're gonna keep doing that. And since that game has made so much money, if you have a problem with it, now we have enough money to buy people who will not have a problem with it. So either you're gonna do it or you're gonna leave. And I think that's the fucking horrible situation that usually happens into it. Also, it's easy to be like, well, we could just make a little bit more money. Like, come on, and then we could make it even better for us, you know? Like you could hire more people, we could get new staff, we could pursue new ventures. Like, it's just so easy to be tempted by the prospect of having more and more and more without actually providing value, essentially. And sometimes you're not rewarded for providing value as well, so that's something to consider as well. Also, my damn nipples are just fucking out. Just fucking out. Told you, bangarang. Lowe's in again. If I make you breakfast in bed, a simple thank you is all I need. Not all this, how did you get into my house business? That's such a good meme. Especially, you know, Monica, it's just, it's chef's kiss. That's a good one. I like that. I was about to say, is it gonna be like some sort of punchline where she's like, and I want more, or like, I want some bullshit. It's always in the anime sphere of like horny jail nonsense. But instead it's just like, no, just relax. Again, I feel like with the adage of the internet and more social isolation, there seems to be an uptick in people wanting, if you're a lady out there watching me, why, first of all? Second of all, say if you had a Chris Hemsworth out there who was really into you and maybe even depicted like some stalker-like behavior, I feel like a lot of people would be like, like, I'll take it, especially lonely people, especially people who are on the internet all day, like myself and others, where you're like, you know what, it's a commitment. It's a commitment. And I'm like, you guys, I get it, but also we deserve better than this. Okay, granted, if I was in the situation, I'd be like, you know what, I'm down to have this relationship. I'm not down to get stabbed in my sleep or get stabbed for looking at another person, okay? I want a long life with this person. I feel like you could also MacGyver around it. You could be like, I want a long life with you, so chill the fuck out. Don't kill us. Okay. Sir Perner, Kamehameha, bang. Bang, a solid. I was always wondering why they didn't go more into that whole thing. Like, I would love if there was like, I talked to you guys about this beforehand, but to me, my like dumb nerd bullshittery in the Harry Potter universe, I would love if there was like the classic friend group that existed within like Hogwarts 2.0 if they ever made a TV series about it, which I think I would love. But they had a friend group from each one of the classes together. So instead of like Ron, Hermione, and Harry, who are all in Gryffindor, if instead it would be, and they could do like the American School of Magic, whatever it could be, because maybe it's different, like the way it functions. But if they had like basically a person, like a main character from Hufflepuff, a main character from Slytherin, and a main character from like Gryffindor, or maybe the other ones that didn't get enough love, like whatever the fuck it's called, the one that's like nerd, blue nerd nonsense. Anyways, if all three of them were like just hanging out and talking, and then you got to see the various sides of like the cadence to these people, like not all Slytherins are douchers, but and stuff like that. As well as I would love if the I always loved like misperception or misdiagnosis of perception, kind of. So like I would love it if there was like a Hufflepuff guy who is like just a bubbly, kind soul, but like fucking loved the dark arts. Like just fucking got real hard in the paint, or just spent all day, every day casting shit, just fighting with like tiny wooden drones or some shit. I would love that. That would be the best. And then like there's moments where he just fucking unleashes his talent. That'd be sick. And then vice versa, you know, for there to be a, what do you call it, a Slytherin person that loves to shit about like alchemy and making beautiful flower potions or something, you know. Again, to me, I think Warner Bros. Has got such a lockdown on this idea that like if you even have like a school with whatever outside of anime, you'll get sued into oblivion. Like it sucks because it's such a cool format, and it's a shame that most people don't actually make shows about it, or like do TV shows about it, which would make sense. And if they do, dude, it's always like this preteen fucking nightmare hell where like it's this, and there's always so much weird sexual tension. It's like you're watching a show that's marketed to like teens, like 12-year-olds, but has like the sexual provocative nonsense of like a fucking 18-year-old plus show, and you're like, what are we doing? Like, do you realize how fun magic is? And instead you're like, but what if that guy cheated on me, or I misunderstood the situation? And I'm just like, I fucking hate it. Like, you guys, executives, have completely lost what people actually find good about this. Anyways, bitterness aside, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully I can see you once again. And I'm starting to feel a little bit better. I was feeling very bloated and very like, oh, just talking makes me feel exhausted. But now I'm feeling a little bit better. But hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you to every single person in the description meme tab for uploading stuff. Always appreciate you guys making me laugh and me consolidating it into this thing. Hopefully made some of you laugh. If you consider subscribing, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully I can see you again. And if subscribing is too much, then maybe liking the video would be just as wonderful. Thank you kindly, and goodbye.